Research on user interface has been increasing due to the advancement of technology that has brought in numerous applications which have now shifted towards mobility, which are mobile applications. The smartphone era started in the year 2002 with touchscreen introduced in 2007 by Apple with the revolutionary iPhone. The perception of mobile phones changed especially with the rapid increase of mobile applications to suit those smartphones. The objectives of this research are to identify the various usability challenges mobile users face with their mobile devices. Besides that, we also analyze the various usability models and the usability factors in detail. We also try to determine the priority of usability factors during the use of an emergency-related mobile application. After that, we would like to propose a usability framework based on the prioritized usability factors. And lastly, we will propose a set of guidelines for the design of the user interface for an emergency-related mobile application. This research will use usability models to determine the usability factors that are of priority in an emergency. These prioritized usability factors will be used to develop a framework that will serve as the basis of the proposed set of guidelines for the user interface design of emergency-related mobile applications. The proposed guidelines can be used as a guidance for the development of emergency applications of all platforms. However, this research has its limitations. One of the limitations are the findings of this research will not represent the general population as a whole. This is because the research will be conducted in Malaysia and data input for the research will be obtained locally. Besides that, another limitation of the research is the assumption that the responses provided by the participants of the research are true.
Related work, rules for interface design. Jacob Nelson defined 10 broad rules of thumb on an interactive user interface design, which are visibility of system status, match between the system and the real world, user control and freedom, consistency and standards, error prevention, recognition rather than recall, flexibility and efficiency of use, aesthetic and minimalistic design, help users recognize, diagnose and recover from errors, help and documentation. Usability challenges. Zhang and Edipat pointed out the problems faced by mobile users from their devices. Information overloaded. Too much information in one screen at a time. Limited memory of mobile devices. Users need to remember the meaning of a command or action. Navigation loss. Trouble reaching the desired page. Cumbersome import methods. Small keyboards which require high concentration. These problems pose a challenge to mobile users and may cause them to lose interest in using their mobile devices. Existing usability models. Nelson's usability models. Nelson further defines usability as a quality attribute that evaluates the ease of use of user interfaces. Usability is then defined through 5 components, which are learnability, efficiency, memorability, errors, and satisfaction. ISO's usability model. Organization for Standardization (ISO). There are 3 components used to measure usability. Effectiveness, the degree of goal achievement users get from the system. Efficiency, the resources needed by the system to achieve the user's goals. Satisfaction, physical emotions felt by the user after using the system. These interactions produce 3 context characteristics of users, tasks, and environment, where a change in any one of these characteristics can definitely change the usability of the system. Pavement Usability Model. Harrison, Claude, and Deuce proposed a usability model that was inspired and improved from the Nelson's and ISO's usability model, called the People at the Center for Mobile Application Development (Pavement Model). The Pavement model aimed at producing a usability model that is more relevant to mobile applications and devices. Factors that influence usability are users. A wide variety of users require different input methods depending on their physical limitations. Task. Extra features added to the application's design might compromise the user's ability to achieve his or her goals. Context of use. The mobile application should be appropriate for different context usage such as physical location and user interaction with people or objects. 7 attributes of the PACMEC model in evaluating the usability of a mobile application. Effectiveness, determined by the ability of the users to complete specific tasks. Efficiency, productivity of a user in completing the task with speed and accuracy. Satisfaction, the user's feeling toward the application such as comfort and pleasantness after usage of the application. Learnability, the time taken for a user to become proficient in using the application. Memorability, the ability of the user to maintain proficiency in using the application after a period of inactivity. Errors, understand the nature of errors and preventing them from occurring tasks. Cognitive load, amount of concentration needed to use the application.
Research methodology, introduction and overview. Research methodology steps. Identification of problem to be researched on. Literature review on the research topic. Data collection through questionnaires. Data analysis to form usability framework. Data implementation through the guidelines for user interface design. This section focuses on the methods that are carried out to obtain data for the research. The methodology starts off with the collection of data from our target users. A questionnaire is created to be given out to the target users. The questionnaire contains questions based on the usability factors in the PACMEC model to find out which factors matter most to the target users. After that, data from the questionnaires are analyzed to form the framework of usability factors for an emergency-related application. Finally, further analysis is done on the framework to be able to come up with a set of guidelines needed. Target population of the study: mobile device users in Malaysia. The mobile devices are not limited to any particular brand or model and include smartphones, phablets and also tablets. The age group of the target users is between 16 to 65 years of age, disregarding gender. These are the steps taken during the data collection process. Collect responses from roughly 80 different mobile device users of various ages within the target age. A questionnaire with 16 questions is prepared. The questionnaires are distributed through social media and also physically. Meanwhile, in social media, the questionnaire is in digital form and the respondents are required to fill up the questionnaire online. In physical forms, the questionnaire is printed on paper and then distributed to the people around us. Data analysis. Able to collect responses from 82 different mobile device users of various ages within the target age. The questionnaires are grouped according to the following age groups. The reason for the age groups is because each age group represents the different generations in society. Results of the data analysis would be the 5 usability factors that the respondents feel are most important when it comes to using emergency-related applications. These top 5 factors are something every emergency application must have. From the results of the analysis, a final framework will be proposed to model the usability factors that cater specifically for emergency-related applications. The produced framework will serve as a basis for the proposed user interface design guidelines. Top 5 usability factors chosen by the respondents are effectiveness, efficiency, satisfaction, learnability, and error handling. With the top 5 usability factors selected by the respondents, a framework can be proposed. The framework shows the 5 usability factors that all emergency-related mobile applications must have. A set of guidelines for user interface design of emergency-related mobile applications is drawn. The interface should have just the right amount of functions and options in one screen, but yet remain its simplicity. The user should be able to perform a function and complete it with minimal screen changes without compromising on the number of information in one screen. The user interface should contain layouts and designs that ease the user. The user interface should be simple and easy to learn for a variety of users. Each application needs to come up with a proper error handling interface to effectively assist the user in case of an error and also to ensure that the user does not give up interacting with the application.
In conclusion, user interface has been playing an increasing role in mobile applications and its usability. This research has taken a different path than what normal usability researchers head towards. The research focuses solely on emergency-related mobile applications and aims to determine the important usability factors specifically for applications of this nature. In line with the aim of the research, a framework of usability factors was proposed, and then a set of guidelines which used the framework as a basis was drawn. These guidelines will be able to direct mobile developers who intend to develop mobile applications of this nature.